guys, Amanda here with La La Land Crafts, and I'm here to show you October's kit of the month. It's really adorable, and I'm not going to hold off any longer. Let's just get into it. When you order your kit, which is $39.99 subscription a month, you can either get just the stamps or you can get the dies. The stamp kit is $19.99. Dies only is $29.99, or the whole entire thing is $39.99. That is an awesome value, and I suggest you take full advantage of the full kit because it's amazing. All right, let's get this thing open. All right, when you get your subscription, you get this really cool card that you can put your claim stamps to, and it's laminated, so it's perfect. Here are the stamps. All right, you get 3 little pigs. This guy's ice skating. This guy's just standing here. This one's sledding. You get a snowman. And then the sentiments are really cute. I'll have to get them stamped so I can read them to you. Then the Marcy girl. Hers is Warm Hugs Marcy, and she's got a little hat and a little scarf, mittens, and boots. Her coat is adorable. And yeah, they're on red rubber. They're cling, and when you get them, they come with this paper back on it. You can throw it away, you can keep it on there, but I'll throw it away and I'll put mine on my card like this after I cut everything, obviously. You just cut them, you cut the little stamps out, but there you go, see, and then they just stick just like that. Pretty simple. So those are the stamps. The dies you get, here you guys go, look at that. You get mountains, the mountain snow caps, you get 6 trees, you get some snow. I also use this as something else that I'll save for a little surprise, because that's in the second blog post that I'll do. But then a little ice skating rink, and this is what they look like all done up. So you get the mountains and then the snow caps, snow, and the ice skating rink. Super cute. And then 6 trees. I just love these little trees. I have so many ideas for them. So there you go. That's what comes in your kit. And like I said, you can either get just the dies, which is $29.99. You can get just the stamps, which is $19.99. Or you can get the whole kit for $39.99. And I say this is an amazing value. So this is what you should really consider getting. All right, let's move these out of the way, and I will show you what we're going to make today. So here's Marcy. I colored her up with Copic markers, and I did the video, so you'll be able to see that. Her trees are here. I did some stitching all the way around the border, and then I roughed up all the edges of my paper. I really enjoy doing that, especially if I just can't seem to find the right die that I want to use. I just usually rough them up. And then I fussy cut her out with a little white border just to make sure she pops off the page. But she is adorable. I love her. She's so cute. And then the trees, I used a little bit of Distress Ink green. I'm trying to remember which one. Peeled paint, that's what it was, peeled paint on the trees, just to kind of give them a little bit of dimension. So that's that one. And let's see, here's the other one. I used a different die cut for this that Club La La Land carries. You may recognize it. It usually has hearts behind it, like these. There you go. But I cut off the hearts and then I just kind of glued my trees around it. just to kind of, I don't know, just kind of feeling woodsy. And then the mountains I cut kind of in half, and then I stitched with my sewing machine all the way around it, just to kind of give it a little bit of a whimsy look. And then I colored the little cute pig up with Copic markers. And then I wanted to give him plaid, so I just used a dark brown. Oh, sorry. I used a dark brown to give him some little plaid checks. So there you go. That one's that one. I lined this one a few different times with brown paper and then put my plaid paper over top of it and stitched it. So there's that. I pre-recorded my video, so that is right after this. I really thank you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy these products from La La Land Crafts. And all of the links for all the products will be in the video at the very end of the description. All right, thanks guys. See you in the next video. All right, so I've already showed you all the products that you're going to be getting with your club kit. And here is what I'm going to be doing. I'm coloring up Warm Hugs Marcy with some Copic markers. And you saw the picture of all of the markers that I'm going to be using. And so I will type them in at the description below so you can follow along if you didn't catch that or if you don't want to rewind. But I'm going to go for her skin tones a few times. I like to do it twice, but I shouldn't say always. I usually start with my darkest color first, and then I go to my lightest color. I feel that I use less marker when I do this, but not everybody does it that way, and that's totally fine. You could do it however you want. I'm just more comfortable doing it this way. I just feel like it flows better for me. All right. I will let you watch me color, and I'll catch you when I move on to the next portion. Okay, I'm going to use these three pinks for her cheeks. I love these three colors. They are my favorite to use. I feel that they just make everything look really, really pretty and really, really soft, not too harsh or too bright. So I'm starting with the lightest color just because I want to really get a good feel of where I want her cheeks to start and end. I'm going in with my darkest colors and just kind of moving from the very sides of her cheeks towards the center. I really like the way that looks. And then I blend everything back out again with the lightest two colors. I do add a darker color. This is the darker one of the three. I just feel like everything just kind of pops when you add three of the colors together. All right, we're gonna move on to her hair. These are the colors that I used, and I am starting with my lightest color. Yes, I know I said I usually start with my darkest color, but for the hair, it is a little bit different for me. I want everything to kind of flow well, so I'm going with my lightest color. I love doing brown hair. blonde hair, I do tend to do sometimes, but brown hair, I feel like it's just easiest for me, or even black hair. I do not own all of the Copic markers, but one day I will, so then that might change how I usually color up my hair, but I tend to go towards the brown more than anything else. I'm going in with my next darkest color, and I'm going from where the shadows would be and then flicking towards the center, and then at the ends towards the center on the other side to give it the shine that I'm looking for. I am not a Copic master. I am self-taught. I've watched a lot of videos and I'm not perfect. I'm sorry if I'm doing it wrong, but this is just the way that works best for me. And I'm going in with my next darkest color, and not going as far as I did with the second darkest color that I used, but just going up to where you can see the two tones and then the third one. And I do that with all of the colors that I end up using. I don't go all the way, obviously. I stop right before I get to the end of the last one that I just did, so that all of the colors show through. And I always do it kind of sketchy so that it's not uniform. You don't want to look like you have a crazy lines going through her hair or whatever color you're using. So I try to blend it well. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes I have to scrap it and start over, but I think she turned out really cute. I really, really like coloring the Marcy's hairs. They're adorable and easy to color. So I'll let you finish watching me. Okay, these are the grays that I'm going to be using for her hat, scarf, and her stockings. I am going to start with my darkest color, and I'm not going to go all the way around her hat. I'm going to make it so that I extend my next to the darkest color past that point, and then so on and so forth. Well, you'll see. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to stop before I get too far. And then my next color, I'm going to blend into that dark color, and I'm going to extend it out just a little bit past where that dark color is and blend it all together. And then I'm going to go in with my next, which is a C3, and I'm going to go past where I started with my last one and just kind of fill in, dragging where I left off with the second dark color, which happened to be a C5, by the way, and going around and pulling out the color to make everything blend really good. And then I'm going to go in with my C1 and fill in the rest. I like grays. They're easy to blend. It's probably because I have quite a few of them. But I'm just gonna blend it all in, making sure things kind of flow well together. Gonna go back in with my C3. Felt like it needed to come out just a little bit more. And dragging it around. Alright, I'll let you keep watching. Okay, we are going to move on to her jacket. And they're the same 3 pinks that I used for her cheeks. I wanted everything to kind of tie in together. I didn't want anything to clash, so I used the same ones. They are my favorite ones to use. I'm going to use my darkest color first, and I'm going in where I think the shadows are going to cast on her jacket the most. And using my darkest pink to form where those are going to be. Around her pockets and around her scarf and under her pockets and the tops of her pockets. And then the next one, I'm going to go over top of that one and dragging colors down to make everything kind of melt together and not be so harsh. If you don't blend them enough, then you get these weird drag lines. So I wanted to make sure I got it all. All right, I'll catch you when it's done. Alright, now we're going to move on to her boots, and they are the same colors that I used for her hair, and starting with my lightest color just down the centers, because I know that I'm not going to need the lightest colors on the very sides of her boots. Alright, so going with my darkest color and flicking very, very small lines towards the center, and then so on and so forth. Then the next darkest color, and the next darkest color, and you get the idea, right? Alright, same rule applies, not wanting to leave a very straight line down the center of her boots, otherwise that looks really weird. So I'm just making sure that I vary my colors and dragging just little lines across. Alright, so I'm going to let you watch me color up these boots and listen to the music, and I'll catch you at the next segment. There she is. Now we're going to fussy cut her all out, and I'm going to leave a white border around her so that she pops off the page. Nearing the end here. Nobody really wants to sit here and watch me fussy cut, right? It is a tedious process, but well worth it. There she is, adorable and cute. And here I am going to rough up the edges. I didn't have a die cut that I wanted to use, but I also wanted it to look like soft snow kind of around the edges. So I'm just going to rough up the edges of my white paper, or it's not white, my colored paper that has a white core. And then I do the same thing for the tan paper. And then I stitch around my paper and give it a little bit of a border. I also used Distress ink for the craft colored cardstock that I'm using, just to give it a little bit of a vintage feel. I like vintage. So that's what I did. All right, so roughing up the edges, giving it the distressed look that I'm looking for. I glue it all together after or before I sew it. And then I do the same thing for the sentiment. I rough up the edges and then I sew around it, and yeah. Here I'm just coloring the stems. I was being lazy, but I just colored the stems on this one with the dark brown, and distressed the trees to give them a little bit more of something extra. I ripped the paper at the very bottom to make it look like snow. And there I'm tying the bow. And then I'm going to glue everything to my card. Alright, I'll let you finish watching. I'll see you at the end. There you go. Warm hugs, Marcy. All Copic colored up, adorable in her little hat, scarf, and coat. I do thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would please like and subscribe for more crafty videos, and all links for the products are at the end of the description. Thanks. Come again. Bye.